Whoa. Yeah, no, it's visible.
Well, so I had the camera, had to move it this way a little bit in order to not have dark behind me. So you might have to do some different cropping.
Hello.
Bonjour. Hi.
Hey, tête d'ampoule. How are you? You just assist as a... Jason is trying to do a takeover of my channel and hiding me putting stuff in front of me. Let me try to move things around. I know we don't go very long in that view, but we'll come back at it anyway. So where are you? Chat, pixel, webcam. Can I can crop it. Yep. So let's do a transform.
Hacking the stream.
From the left, let's crop 300. That looks better.
It's better.
Your mic look in front of me, but if I take 500.
You can probably cut that mic off because I'm never gonna move that close that way.
I think that's good, and then I could move you over there. And I look bigger. You may look fat.
Right, I can zoom in.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. He's hacking your stream, Frank. Exactly. Exactly. Pascal is here. He's invading your personal... Yeah, no kidding, right? Did you see it with the screen and everything? Damn it.
I have one goal for every Friday morning, and that's just to...
Yeah, one like pixel by pixel. How are you, everybody? Nope. I'm sure I will hug him when we meet again in real life because I will be so happy to see him in flesh. But kissing, not sure. Not as we're both American, so shouldn't happen.
My camera looks so red. Yeah, there's gonna be lots of hugging for me when I come out of lockdown.
Yeah. Wait, I will try to. Your sounds, for me, sounds low, Jason.
My volume's a little low.
Oh, that was better. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was just you were closer. I'll lower my music at the same time.
Yeah, your music seems a little louder than usual.
Well, when I'm alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always have to readjust everything before we get going here, because I'm like the last person.
I was so happy. I have a dock station, and it's like Targus or something. So it's kind of universal stuff. And I successfully managed to make it work with my Microsoft Surface laptop. I was super thrilled because now I could have 3 computers on the same screen, like with my good keyboard, my good mouse, the camera, like the good mic and everything. It worked for 2 days. And suddenly yesterday, I'm sorry I touched my mic. Suddenly yesterday, screen just start flicking and like nothing works. So I think that USB port, it's too much traffic on it, or I don't know. So sad.
Yeah.
And I order like a USB splitter and a HDMI splitter. So I will receive that today and probably won't be able to use it. But yeah. Maybe I could just use 2 PC instead of 3. Like the other one, just a powerful machine. So sometime when I do video editing, I like to do it and then let it run on that machine and switch, and I still have a very powerful, so I could even do another video editing while the other one is rendering. So that's pretty cool, because on my Surface laptop it is a very powerful PC, but not for video editing, like for compiling or like data stuff, but for video stuff, not really. Today,
Yeah, I'm starting to think multiple computers is necessary for just some of the stuff
yeah,
I'm trying to do.
yeah, totally. So anyway, I will try to see. Like otherwise, I could bring back my. It's just like right now I like it because I have this setup, and I have another setup somewhere else, and I'm using my Surface Duck because the Surface Duck works, right? Just like one thing, but I like those big screen. So and like I don't own like 50 screens, so anyway. Today, I'm wearing my new t-shirt that I received Oktoberfest 2020. Oktoberfest 2020. Very happy about it. I received that this week. Took forever to get in, but got all my stickers. Like that one. I don't know why. It's just a kind of a white laptop, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have a new GitHub. I never saw that one. With ice cream, I think.
Bacon.
Different flavor of ice cream. Of course, there's that one will probably go on my laptop. Really like it.
Mm-hmm. I like that one too.
The big dev. A few others that I don't know. Circle CI.
Mm-hmm.
And
these must have been all the sponsors.
I like that name. Cockroach DB.
Cockroach
Maybe
DB.
we could look at it, like just because I like the name.
Yeah, it's becoming a popular database.
Oh yeah? Do you know it?
Cockroach. I've never used it, but I know about it.
So of course, the shark, Intel, that little spaceman from open source indeed.com. And I think I did the tour of all the stickers. So yeah, pretty happy with all those stickers. I like stickers.
Excellent.
And I got my I got the huge one, but I'm not sure it will show very well on that will be hard to show on the screen.
It's a little hard to see. White.
Yeah, it's white on maybe like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Like Bones.
Yeah, it's Bones. It's a Arc'teryx logo.
Oh yeah.
And it's huge.
Yeah, that's more for like back of your window in your car.
Or my kayak. I don't know. The thing is, sticker on kayak, they don't look good very long.
Really?
Because of the water and the pulling on the sand and everything. What did you say?
So that looked more like a like kind of a nylon or not nylon, vinyl like sticker that's actually meant for windshields, or not windshields, but just any kind of window.
It's true. Yeah, no, but I won't put that on my truck because I don't like my truck that much. Got too much trouble with it. Not the model or the brand, they are good. I'm pretty sure. I just think I got the limit.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
You know, bad luck. So many. But this winter, it's good. But last winter was a nightmare. But this winter, it's good. The car start. You know, no special trouble with it.
That's good. I haven't driven mine enough to even know if I have trouble with it.
Well,
no place to go.
Well, I use it for when I do the grocery. I prefer that since it's a back door, like what's the word for that?
Shortcut?
Like it's a kind of a Jeep, right? It's a SUV. It's not like a pickup truck. It's a SUV, so the door open, like it's a big space. So to go to the grocery, pick up the grocery, it's easier than to then grab the bags from inside a more car kind of trunk.
Definitely.
And I use that also when I go cross-country ski. I don't have any rack for the ski on my roof, so I could just, throw the ski in the behind, and it's good. I can go ski, and I'm looking forward this weekend to go ski. Try my new jacket, my Arc'teryx jacket that is warm. So I'm hoping for cold temperatures so I could test it.
It's super cold here today. Let's see what it is. 9 degrees? No, that was earlier. It is currently 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like -10.
Ooh. So here it's... Let's go in Fahrenheit for you, mister. So here it's a -3 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Feel like -17.
Dang. It's cold
And in Celsius is -19, feel like -28. I didn't go yet outside.
I think I'm staying indoors this weekend.
Yeah. I was chatting with Rory. He's in South Africa this morning. And he was like, yeah, it's kind of cold this morning, like it's 20. And I was like, yeah, put a minus be in front of it, and that's my temperature. And he was like, are you joking? I was like, nope.
66 Fahrenheit, that's not cold.
A bit cold, yeah. He's in South America. So, today, Friday, Learning Friday. I like those Learning Friday, even if it's a little bit... No, I'm past that sentiment where like I'm Where is my English today? Did I drop it? Somewhere? I lost my English.
It froze.
I think I'm past the feeling or being scared that I don't know stuff. I think now... It's clear that Friday are there to learn, we have fun and stuff like that. So I'm very looking forward to it today. But we have a good challenge today. So we want to work still in the scope of the Triavia project. And last time we tried quickly to have... JSON environment to work, and it was not working. Obviously, you know, like when it's working on a machine, it's classic that it doesn't work on another machine. And we thought, you know, we could containerize the stuff, but then like you need to have Docker, and like it could be, you know. So we said, maybe we should leverage Codespace, and it's somehow the same thing, right? It's containerized, but you just don't need to own. Sorry?
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It made me laugh out loud because I realized, you know, like we are the perfect scenario of that meme picture where works in my machine.
Yeah, work my machine.
Problem now, and like for my whole life, that's just how we've dealt with it. Is like it didn't work. I don't know what to tell you. Like it doesn't work. You know, well, it works on my machine. No, it doesn't work. Look, here's not working.
Well, I see. Like, I didn't accept that as an answer.
It's so nice.
Yeah, but I didn't accept that as an answer. So we're fine with that. So Codespace. It's I don't know if you know Codespace. So let us know in the chat if you don't know. If you are expert, please stay with us.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely not an expert. So Codespace, how would you describe that, Jason?
Codespace is GitHub's /Microsoft tool that's going to give you a container to basically set up your dev environment. But primarily, you'll just get what looks like VS Code. So it's pretty, it's pretty basic, out of the box VS Code, but already. In your repo, like already inside the repo to like make the changes. So it's got like this built-in relationship with the repo and VS Code, plus any extensions you want to bring in, including themes and colors. And it's like taking your whole development environment, VS Code development environment anyway, locally, and then putting it in a container so that you can use it anytime you want right from the interface in GitHub.
Yeah. Was it the plan also to make it work with Visual Studio IDE? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I remember using
I'm not sure if it was just people hoping for that, or like if it was part of the... Like I've been wanted to play with that, but you know, now that like that's why I was so happy to jump on it when you had issues. I was kind of even happy you had issues, so it was like, yeah, we can do that now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the runtimes that go in those containers. You know, we were playing around, and what we'll play around more with today, I'm sure, is just trying to get like Node to run and install in a container.
Yeah.
But if it's, you know, I don't know what the limitations are, to be honest, as far as what we can put into those to compile and build software.
Yeah. Well, I think even since there's a like we'll get in the details later, but let's say you want to run it locally, since there's a Docker file hidden somewhere in the configuration, I'm assuming you could even run it locally if you want, that dev environment. I'm assuming. Just
well,
like,
still gotta, like, the image, right? The container image would have to be someplace where we can pull it down, a registry.
Yeah, it could probably work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a thing. So we want to work that. But before we go there, there's a little bit of work to do on the app itself. Because, you know what, let's share my screen. So if I go in here, maybe I could realign also this screen.
I don't need to see all my monitor.
Yeah, let me crop it just a little bit. Crop left, let's crop 100 or maybe 300. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good enough.
I see your bottle, but that's fine. She's floating just beside the... Yeah, okay, now she's... Oh, like, I don't mind seeing it. It's just like, she was outside of the cloud. You know, she needed a floor. It needs a floor. It's not a she in English, right? Okay, so yeah, so the code, if I share the code, last time we have an API, so if I look the API, we had an API, a new function we created, right? Get question category. We were trying to have a get category, and I'm jumping one step here. The project is Frank, start with the basic. We're working on Triavia. It's a GitHub project. It's there. It's open source. It's a game like we're building, and we are at the beginning, and we are learning new tech. So it's a low process, but feel free to join us in this game if you want. It's a game. It's a trivia game, and yes, Triavia. It's a typo. We just kept it because we thought it was funny, but it is a trivia game, multiplayer, that we want to use to play while streaming. We have big hope for this project, and we're just at the beginning right now, but we had like a few brainstorm. We have now a CI/CD where the stuff is deploying automatically in Azure at every changes, and that's what we are working on. So it looks, right now the current look, we'll change it. It looks just like this. So like you have question, you answer, it go higher with your score. And currently we're just using an open source API called OpenTDB for Triavia database. And we fetch questions. We're trying to have a little bit more dynamic and try to understand. So we followed a tutorial done by Thomas on YouTube, and we built that thing that looked exactly like the thing he built, and it was perfect because we were learning. But now we're trying to make it a little bit more us, what we need in the future, where we are going on. So we know we'll probably want to have dynamic categories, so people could say, hey, I would like to have 5 questions and specify the category of those questions. So we created a new function. So this website is hosted in a static web app in Azure, and the backend, the API, is hosted in an Azure function. So very, very cost efficient. It will scale also very well. And last time we did, and that's here what I'm showing, we did a get question category, and it returned like a list of category. And those are exactly matching the category from. In fact, what we do is querying that OpenTDB API, say give me the category, and this is the result. Right now we're kind of still using that. In the future we will change those, but for now that's the plan. So we did that part. That part is even, I think, deployed in Azure. But now what we need to do is in the code, we need to build the code. So last time we created a category list, kind of object, but we'll need a category. Yeah, so we created that.
Should we, I'm thinking, Frank, we're going to go back and fix the code first, right?
Yeah, so the goal today is really to work on that Codespace, but right now the code is broken. So before merging and everything, I would like to at least patch it so the app is still running. So if we try, because right now if I try to run, I will have an error because they don't this code doesn't compile.
Yeah, I think we want a good experience with Codespaces.
Yeah. So we could just comment everything and jump right away. Would you want to do that? We could just comment stuff and come back later and work.
I was just thinking I would update the to-do list with the things that we know we want to go through.
Yeah.
Like we're going to fix our code. We're going to...
I think, you know what? I think we'll comment it. Let's go as quick as possible to Codespace, I think.
Okay.
So to-do had, and thank you, by the way, for remembering me the to-do things. To-do add add broken code. Hide broken code. To do.
That's usually my first step too.
Build a working Codespace environment. And if we have time, do you say from in or from inside Codespace? I want to say like fix the broken code from, I need to say inside Codespace or from in.
You're going to fix it from inside, from the container inside Codespace?
Yeah, that's what I want to mean.
Oh, okay.
From inside Codespace environment. Cool. So here, why didn't it show up? It was too long? Oh, I have 2 exclamation point.
Oh, I was going to say, something seems wrong with the drop game, so I wonder if there's something weird going on with...
Oh, it's not working. Oh, I think I know what it is. Let me do that. Where is it? Pixel parachute? No, it's there. Try it again. It's not working. Well, let's fix that.
So.
Maybe I just need to reauthorize my my stuff. Logged in. Boom. With Twitch. Oh, score in the chat is not there? Why? Interesting. Oh, grant chat permission. There it is. Oh yeah, but I don't want the background. There it is. Cool. It's working. So yeah, so now we need to authorize access to the chat. That was the problem.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so now let's go back. Oh, let's start by let's start one to do. Start one. So how was your week, Cloudies? Was it busy? Was it a busy week? Was it a crazy week? Was it just a chilly week? Undefined process is landing.
Yay!
Cryptographer. I really need to spend some time and improve CB.
Like what? What do we need to do?
I would like him to, but like, I would put him in the loop instead of having the message in the chat or just the message in the chat. I would show CB like maybe looking at a clock or like having something say, "Hey, look there! Like it's time to add the times thing." When people are talking, like if you say attention, right? That I would instead making like maybe wave and something like that, and it will be a bubble with the text instead.
Yeah.
I would love to have him grading the followers. And do even something more special when like a subscriber writes something in the chat.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, like there's so many things, but right now I have bunch of stuff. I have I think I shared that with the chat Wednesday. Not sure you were there when I say that. In the audience, I mean. There's I want to do a migration. I have a blog in French that is running on .NET stuff, YAM and Cake as a build engine, and right now it's running in Azure DevOps, and it's broken because multiple version and stuff like that. So I want to upgrade the version, and that thing is running in a static website, but in Azure storage with like a CDN in front, like a way more complex that it can be now, because now we have static web app. So I think I want migrate it to GitHub and then use the static web app instead, and like upgrade, change whatever framework they are like of Cake and YAM. I think YAM now, the new version, is not sure I can use it, so I need to search that. But right now they kind of rebrand everything about YAM, and now it's static. So I want to do that migration, and I think I will do it Wednesday. So I have that to work too, but I need to clarify before if I could use static or if I keep YAM.
Okay.
Okay, so I think. So where is the errors? So unexpected token here. Yeah. So what we could do is just do this. And it should be fixed. Alright, if I TypeScript compiler. No.
I think it's time for me to get a new chair, Frank. I can't. Just can never get comfortable.
Oh yeah?
I haven't bought a new chair in probably 10 years or more. It's time.
Yeah, it's definitely time.
I need to start, like, if anybody has any suggestions on a good chair, I think I'm there. I've at least determined, though, because this is a standing desk, but if I stand too much, that hurts my back too, so I gotta like split my time now.
Well, I saw a tool that is that has an unstable base, so you could really just use it and you can still move kind of around. So the base is like a sphere that is cut, so like it moves a little bit, so it's like you're still in movement, but it's not like standing. So I was tempted to try that, but
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, we had some in a previous company I worked at that were just kind of like stools, you know, like a bar stool, but it was on a spring, and it kind of like rotated, kind of swing or move around in different different directions.
So it failed. So it still see that. Interesting. I thought I will skip it because of I put comments. I could just then do this maybe. Yeah, that should fix her problem. So now if I do Why it's not working? Oh, did we? No. It's 10 p.m. start. No, it's 10 p.m. start. Mix all those commands these days. So that should fix our problem. Like, not fix. It should hide that we are not there yet, and we will be able to focus on the Codespace thing.
Yeah. Quick question: what are you using your key mapping to do the comments, to like comment out a big block of code like that?
Control /.
Is that a default VS Code thing?
It is. I think it's a default VS Code thing, and it's context based. So it will comment based on the language you're in.
Nice. I'm gonna try it out.
Cool. So it's still working. So now we have an environment that works. Cool. So I will push it like that, and we'll be able to. Oh, and I didn't have my Git Kraken started. So we'll be able to then start working on Codespace. Any win of the week?
Any wins of the week?
Yeah, good moment,
like
victory.
My parents got their first vaccine shot. I think that's the big.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, they're excited. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a busy week. I feel like there's a lot of little wins. We're making progress on our big project. I guess we can tell people about it now. We got the green light.
Yeah, you wanna share it?
Sure.
Give me 2 seconds. There it is.
Yeah, we're going back to side by side. Gotcha.
It's an announcement. It's worth it.
Oh yeah, this is where we're gonna spill the beans. Yeah, Frank and I. Well, previously we had a show called All Around Azure where we did it twice a week, and it was just the two of us. And then that was going to change into being more often with two other hosts. So it'd be 4 times, different time zones. You know, growing, scaling, the usual plan. But then after talking to it over with our team, we decided to pivot a little bit and go daily, which isn't too far from what we were trying to do anyway. With a single host who owns like a certain day. So I'm going to be Monday, Frank's going to be Thursdays. That may change. We'll probably swap in some different hosts along the way. But we're going to have a daily show on Learn TV. And it's only 30 minutes long. So it's going to be like rapid fire stuff and conversations and faces. And yeah, it should be fun. But it's been hard work getting it all coordinated and ready to go.
Yeah. So for us, it starts next week because all the preparation, the dry run, and like make sure every animation, video, bumper, whatever is ready for the show. But for everyone, the show will be live for the first time on Monday, February 22nd.
Yep. And it's titled not All Around Azure anymore. We are Hello World.
And it will be on Learn TV. So I'll put that in the chat. It will be in English.
So, pretty exciting. It'll start off in just English. Start off really just kind of catering to the Pacific time zone, really. But we're going to be scaling it out. I think it'll be airing multiple times each day. Like,
I think twice So for me, it's at 1:30 1:30 p.m. East time, and half an hour, bunch of segment, like a segment highlighting some project in open source, MVPs, people of Microsoft, some events coming up. There's a segment about tips and tricks on like all the let's say Office 365 kind of area or Azure area. They will have challenges. That will be cool. Like we'll ask people to do it, and like the next day we check the challenge completion, or like the best, not the best. We'll pick some answers and do that. So that would be cool. So, and challenges are not necessarily code. Could be, how do you do a Minecraft logo in Excel? Did you see that video? Did I share that video with you?
No, I haven't seen that. That sounds fun.
It's
gonna be good. I mean, you're in charge. I shouldn't say in charge, but like you're helping pull together a couple of them, the open source projects. And then we've got Scott Hanselman's going to be part of the show. Donna Sarkar is going to be part of the show.
This week on Channel 9 now is one segment, so with Christina.
Yeah. So, it should be, I mean, it's an experiment for sure. It's the first ever live show, daily show on Learn TV. And we're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's going to be a lot of things, but fun is one of them.
So let me share. So the guy is doing it in like 2 minutes. It will be building that logo.
That's cool.
With Excel in 2 minutes. And honestly, I watched the video and I could do it. Like it may be less pretty than him, but I could totally do it. I'd just say, hey, like this is like I want between those two colors, hide that, do this.
Oh man, maybe we should do this for our Triavia logo.
What it would be?
Wait. How did you do that part?
No, you need to watch it.
How do you get the angles like that?
What is that? There's the shape. You could like when you have an image or shape, you could go and have this. Did you see it?
You know what? I do, yeah.
Like when you go format picture, you could have here the preset, and you could move it.
Excel, I use Excel. I abuse Excel in a lot of ways and use it for things it's not supposed to be. But graphics editor is not one I've ever thought of.
I never thought about that. But I watch also, there's a YouTuber that I really like because he's so creative, and his name is Jazza. So Jazza. And he used PowerPoint to create animation. He did art inside Word, 3D art and stuff like that. It's the guy is a real artist, and he's just like say, hey, you know what? Challenge. Let's do animation in PowerPoint. So kind of a fight with how do you call that? Like stick men, whatever fight.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I put the link if you're interested to see the full video in the chat. It will also be in the show notes. So now it's time to go back in Codespace. Let's make a little bit bigger. Boom, 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 boom. And hopefully you like my dark scene. Oh, I should change my...
Wait, did it build locally?
Yep.
After you figured out which command to run? I was not paying attention. Okay.
Yeah, I was playing and failing, answering all the question that was prompted to me. So,
gotcha.
To do done for one, and to do starting 2, And now let's define what's Codespace. So Codespace, it's available from GitHub, so you have access to it directly from GitHub, or you could go at, not directly to GitHub, what I mean is directly from your repo, or you could do GitHub/Codespace. Just like that. I will also put that in the notes.
Is it Codespace or Codespaces?
Codespaces. Sorry about my English, sir.
It's alright, I just want to make sure the URL we share is right.
In French, we don't pronounce the ending S's. And it's really hard for me to not say it. That's easy. It's to remember I need to say it. I always forget.
Yeah.
It's kind of an automation. I don't say that.
Sure.
So when you go at Codespaces, we'll make an effort. You will see all your definition of environment, dev environment you have. Oh, see?
That's the one from last night, right?
No, but I mean like Visual Studio 2009.
Oh,
19.
yeah, the message there. Mm-hmm.
So wasn't it crazy? Can I dig in
Cool.
just to see? Yeah, cool. So in your environment, you could say, I want to connect to that. Oh, okay, it's in preview right now. So maybe I heard about it from Microsoft or from MVPs who are trying it or something like that, because those are the people I would be exposed who had access. Like I'm not exposed. I don't. Before I used to work with clients, and like some clients are super heavy on the stuff. Then like of course they have access to the preview. But yeah, oh that's cool. I'm happy that it also comes to the full Visual Studio.
Yeah,
But we
it's
don't
really
need that
simple.
for today. Today, VS Code is perfect for us.
Hey, and also something else that I think is cool about this whole thing is that now I can, and anybody can, code straight from like an iPad or a tablet. You don't have to like have any powerful machine because you're just doing it through the browser.
Oh yeah, it's true. Was it Scott Enselman who did that on Ignite or Build or something like that?
Probably. Oh no, actually I thought Abel did one about code spaces, but
I thought it was on the keynote and it was not able. I'm not sure.
oh really? Yeah. Anyway, it's super. I mean, it's
I don't have an iPad. I have a.
well, anything you can get to a browser. You can do it from your phone. You can do it. I mean, it's a little harder from your phone, obviously, but
No kidding.
Point is, you don't need local processing.
Yeah,
really.
that's true.
You know, as long as it can run the browser, you're good.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe I could try on my tablet. I have a 7-inch, 5-inch, like a 5x7 kind of tablet Android, but it was a cheap one, so the processor is very slow.
Yeah.
And the other day I was like,
does it-
maybe I could buy a new one. Then I was like, I don't use that
Does it-
a lot.
Can it run Chrome or Edge or one of those? Okay.
Yeah. It's just slow. Like right now I'm using it for and like my debate in my head was like I don't use it much, but then maybe if it was more powerful, I will be using it more, because right now everything I'm trying to do is kind of you need to think in advance and make sure there's like all the time to load and like get set up and stuff, and like because I'm using it to read the newspaper and comics, like a graphic novel. I think that's the word in English.
Yep.
Like Spider-Man or other things like that.
Just shared a link to the Visual Studio Codespaces docs. Also,
Oh, cool.
It's some good stuff in there.
So yeah, so if you go to github.com/codespaces, you will see the list of your code spaces. And yesterday, Jason and I kind of poked the beast a little bit. So we had fun, tried to create one here that you can see. And now if I want to jump in, I just click on that. It will reopen that. So I have my configuration. Everything is there. I wonder, did it keep my... Oh, is it still running?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't delete it.
If it's still there, yeah, it'll go away after a while. But if it still shows there, it's still there.
I thought it will be stop. But like the definition will be there.
It's probably not running, yeah, but you can just...
Yeah, if I click on it, it will just
like
start
you can
the
pick up
container.
right where you left off, basically.
Okay, so anyway, so we did that. But also, what you could do is from any repo on GitHub, I don't think you need to enable anything now because from GitHub, it was announced to the GitHub event. I forgot the name of that event. Do you remember the name of the GitHub event?
Universe?
Is it
like
GitHub
that?
Universe?
No. I don't remember.
I forgot. Like their major event they do once a year or once or two times a year. It was announced, so now it's included. So you should already have that. So right now there's the code, and that's where usually you go to clone it and stuff like that. But now you have, like the clone was there before. Like the open it with GitHub desktop was there. Like open it with Visual Studio is there for a long time. Same for download zip. I was there for a long time. But now the new one is open with Codespace. So if I go there, now I could just create a custom Codespace. If I do that, it will ask me the size I want my like infrastructure behind it. Like if I need more CPUs and memory and things like that. I'm assuming in the future we'll get charged for a different one, but right now there's no fee. And I could just create a new Codespace. If you do that, what we discovered yesterday, and I think it's pretty smart, it will use whatever branch you are currently in. So right now, if we look, I'm in main. So if I'm clicking that button here to create a new Codespace, it will create a new Codespace and clone inside that environment my branch main. If I want a different branch, I could just pick my branch, and right now we were working in the feature category, so I could do that. And now if I click here, my new Codespace, it will create my environment using that specific branch. The experience is similar when you go at GitHub Codespaces.com and at github.com/codespaces, that URL. By the fact that, let me just remove that. Voila. So now if I do new Codespace, it's asking me which repository, because right now I'm not in a specific repository. So it's asking me which categories. I could pick Triavia, and now it's asking me which branch. And now I could pick whatever branch I want and then click this. What did I say? What make you smile?
I was covering up the new Codespace button, so I was trying to move.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
There it is. Like that.
It's all good stuff.
And I think my new cable just arrived. So yeah, so you have two experiences to create what you want. If you do that, it will create an environment. I'm assuming there's some kind of check to see, like, like here, GitHub knows that my environment is mostly TypeScript and like CSS and things like that. So I'm assuming because of that, it try to do his best and pick what we need. So if I do that, it will just bring a dev environment with Node. That's pretty cool.
Magic.
Yeah, but trying to see the official documentation, because yesterday we found a blog post. I could search again to find it. It was
From Alvaro.
Alvaro's. I think I put it in my notes. Did I? Yeah. But
It's from Cloud Guru, right?
Yeah, Cloud Guru. Did I remember his name correctly? Yeah, Alvaro. No S. Alvaro. And he's explaining a bunch of stuff. And like how we mentioned, behind the scene, GitHub is hosting a Docker container and manage it for you. So you don't even need to have Docker. You don't even need to have resources. And that's why, like Jason was mentioning, you could run it from even a tablet. So there's way to configure your environment. And since we will be deploying a static web app, we need also Azure Function, and to run an Azure Function, we need the Azure Function extension and a few little things. And this project here, that shared that blog post because it's still very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's in the chat, and it will also be in the note. Is sharing a bunch of stuff. He's building an environment where he's uploading images to Azure storage. So he's using a static web app for that and an Azure function, and he needs ASCII. So it's a little bit different than us. The structure of his repo, like all the code is in a repo. Where is it? It's here on this repo. So like that's his own code. So I'll explain, okay, like for this to work, I will need this. For us, we need definitely the Azure Function Core tools. And we think we also need the live server to have like the static web app to run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we need
definitely
everything else.
No.
And here he mentioned this repository, and I was hoping to find some official documentation about that. That's why I was digging into the documentation, Jason. So we should go back to that after. But
okay,
in that repository here, so I will put that also in the note because it's, I think, relevant. But I wish there was from that create new Codespace environment a link to that repo or something like that. VS Code Dev Container repo. Yeah, so that will be, I think, some IKS VS Code. So in that repo, what it contains, it's all the documentation. So you could add a specific environment. For example, so what you need is to go in the containers and then pick the environment you need. So for us, it's the Azure Function node. And inside of there, we need to copy that .dev container. Congrats, Groversaurus and Copperbird, two bots who land. An undefined process. And Jeff Hat, so everybody except you, Jason.
Something's weird's happening here.
And Cryptographer too. Damn it. Everyone. Wait until Fragbird is here, and then like maybe you will land. It's getting chilly. The coffee is effect is going down. So yeah, so if like us you want to have different setup, what you could do is use a specific environment, and what you need is add this dev container. And I already did that. So instead of going in this interface, I will go in Visual Studio Code. I will close those one, and I need to be at the root because that folder need to be at the root. And I will change that environment here. I'll make it red. Perfect. So see now I have this dev and environment container, and that's what we need to add to configure our dev environment inside Codespace. So if I expand that, I see now that I have a dev container JSON document and a Docker file. See, that's where I thought maybe this could be used, but there's nothing in there, so I'm not sure anymore.
Okay.
Because like if we look at Docker file, it's just doing this.
Which is really just making a certain version of Node available.
Yeah, there's no, for example, volume mapped or port, open port and stuff like that. So there must be something else that, this file, the dev container JSON. Do you mean install recommend extension for?
Not the tasks.
Do you want to install the recommend extension for? What is it? Oh, it's the remote containers? Yeah, sure.
It's got a lot of downloads.
Folder contain dev container conversion. Reopen the folder to develop in a container or clone the repository. Ah. Interesting. Let's not do that for now. Let's experiment later. But that's cool. It means I could run locally, working remotely in that container in Azure and GitHub space, Codespace. Interesting.
Seems handy.
So right now we start working on that based on Alvaro blog posts. And that's pretty cool, but I think today I would like to find more details inside like the native documentation. But what we have now, it's what we had from this blog post. So let me do a quick tour of what we did. So Docker file, we didn't touch anything in there except, we didn't touch anything. We just copy whatever was inside that environment. Where it is here in the VS Code dev container for the Azure function node, because our project is in Node. We use that. Oh, I think we need TypeScript. Was it one TypeScript? We may need to have.
We didn't need it last night when we ran it. I guess I was just assuming the node, all the node stuff contains.
Here there's Dapper TypeScript node. So what we could do, is it the only one? There's two apparently. TypeScript node. So let's just dig into see what's in there, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Docker file, it's TypeScript node. So we could look into that one, see what's the...
They're also using 14. We were going with 12.
But we wanted 14 in it. It was failing.
We did. Yes, that's correct.
But maybe the Azure function doesn't support 14. I don't know. So we may need to have to do our own stuff. Like, I'm not sure. But I think it was working. Anyway, so that's cool. Well, so there's some TypeScript there. Like what's in the OC base Docker file? Ooh. I'm not good enough to it's installing module and stuff. JavaScript node. Interesting. I think it was working, like you said, it was working yesterday, but partially.
Because remember we could see it and then it would like crash real quickly. We just assumed that was because of the category thing that you just commented out.
Cool. So the thing is,
so it's there.
It's there. We could totally. So you do that, and then you need to push it on. Of course, you add those files, and then you need to push it so it's in GitHub, and it is right now. So if I go back in my Codespace here, I could open Codespace. So let's do that. Yeah, container was definitely stuck. And it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I need to understand a little bit more how it works. Make sure. Okay. So here it is. We are now in Codespace. We are in a web browser. Whoops. I'm in a web browser. That's my URL. Look like Visual Studio, and it's our project. It's loaded. Download everything. Everything is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in my branch. Even here we could see like I'm in my branch feature category, just like we thought. To run the project since the beginning, like to debug it, what I was doing is I was always opening the project directly from Triavia API or directly from web app.
Right, from the root of those directories.
Yeah, so opening Visual Studio Code here, so like that folder was the root, so I could just F5 and things were working. The problem now is, or maybe we could try to fix that locally, Jason. So like we know we are like it's not a how can I say that? It's not like a Codespace issue.
So that it only works in Codespace, is it? They're saying?
Well, now what we need to do is, if I look in those folder, when I click F5, what happened is VS Code is going into that folder and using the task.json and launch.json file to know what it's doing. But right now, when I'm at the root, there's no such folder and everything. So right now, if I do F5, then like it doesn't know what to do. So I think we need to move that folder up and probably change some path. So we could try to do that in Codespace, or we could try to do it locally just to remove Codespace of the equation right now. That's what I was trying to do.
Well, if we move it, if we move it up and we kind of put it at the top level, how does it know how to distinguish between the Triavia API and the Triavia web app if we try to run F5 from the root?
Yeah, that's the problem we need to solve today.
Okay, so you're thinking that's the same problem I'm thinking?
Yep. Like they need to know where it is, what to do, how to do it, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna grab some more coffee. Be right back.
Yep. So that's the question of the day, and apparently coffee effect is not done yet because it's getting hot in here. Or maybe it's just my brain. So we need to add a folder VS Code, or it's there but it's empty. And I will need to specify a few things. So Visual Studio Code docs. Or is there a plane or something on your side, or it's my music?
No, that's the furnace. It's really cold here, and yeah, so the furnace keeps kicking on.
Wow, that really sounds like
down.
A big plane just like.
Yeah. No, it's the mixture of the pilot light, the propane gas, and just the fan of the furnace.
Well, like it was just a one-time thing, so I don't know what make it pick it up.
I'm surprised you don't hear it more often because it kicks on all the time, especially when it's this cold. I got a lot of room down here in the basement, but I also don't have anything between me and the noisiest components of the house.
Yeah. I have my furnace also. It's there's doors and stuff to like my basement is all finished, so like it's in kind of a little room. So what I'm doing right now, Jason, just I went to the Visual Studio Code documentation page. And I think we need to understand that launch configuration thing.
All right.
So create a launch JSON, that JSON file. Or we can cheat and see if it's working. So one thing we could do is if I go here in my Codespace environment, right? If I cheat and do
Yay!
If I say I want to add another one, and I do cd src, and then I do Triavia API. If I do F5 here, see now it's not working. Yeah, no, it's not working. I thought it was working. If I go back in here, if I go in CD and SRC, Triavia, and then web app, if I do, I should, oh yeah, but I didn't do the npm install. Must do that first, right? So that one is kind of long. I wonder if I can switch. Oh, it's way slower than yesterday. Okay, now it kind of kicked off. Okay, so I was there, so now I could do npm start, right?
I don't hear any music today. Is it playing?
Very low. I could
Gotcha.
make it louder. Let me do this. Oh, what? Oh, interesting. We didn't do a fetch. So it doesn't have our changes. Can I do a fetch?
Down in the bottom. By the
Yeah, here you mean? Well, that
all the
would
way
be a
at the very
sync.
bottom,
I
yeah.
was looking for a fetch. I could type git fetch though. Fetch all. Well, let's do a sync.
hole.
So now if I go in source, Triavia web app, and the not this one, in SRC component, this one. Okay, now this is all commented. So if I try again. However, I'm not sure we opened the port 3000. Cool.
Does it have to be 3000?
Yeah, that's the port our app is working. You can see it
Oh, right.
also
That's right.
here.
Yeah.
So it's working, but since the Azure
It's working.
function is not running, it should fail right now. So if I open the not this, that's why, because I did. No, it isn't. So, but it's failing because the Azure function is not working.
Right. It's not.
But like I didn't
right.
start it, so it's not an
Yeah.
error. It's me who didn't do a good job. So here, I think it was host start.
That's right. I remember that from last night.
Do I do npm install? Do I need to do that? Okay, and if I do now host start, doesn't want to do a host start. And F5 is not working. Yeah, it's asking me. Oh yeah, remember? I know. I need to do. No, it was supposed to be. Yeah, so we need to configure that. That's the point. We need to have. It should be running. I don't. No, and I've. Oh yeah, okay. That's what we found yesterday. So let me stop the website.
Is the function extension? Have we looked at that?
Yeah, it's there.
It's there and it's already looks good.
The only
Doesn't
problem
need our
is
attention.
our structure. We are deep, so we don't have any comment at the root. So it's asking hey, how do I install stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
So we need to fix that. That's where we were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we still need to move the VS Code extension to say, okay, when you're running the live server, because one thing also that Alvaro is doing in his blog post, where is the blog post here? Like we're installing the Funk Start, or is it Funk Start? Maybe it's Funk Start. Let me try that just for fun. I say a thing and I do something else, huh? Bonjour. Hi. Hey,
Bonjour,
TBD
TBD
Gamer.
Gamer. Yeah, that looks positive.
Well, there's some error here. How are you, TBD?
Mm-hmm.
We're having fun with Codespace today. Well, right now, having fun is maybe a strong word. But we're trying to make sense of it. So, there's some invalid script file name configuration script file. Yeah, I think that script file is part of the React TypeScript config because we don't have TypeScript installed, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it looks
Definitely missing
like,
some files.
yeah, so that's why. But is it running? Our service is running on port. So if I do something like API and then get category, question category, doesn't work. I don't think I need to do that because the port is here, just in case.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't think so.
I haven't even come close once today.
I didn't either, if it can ease your pain. So yeah, okay. So it's still not working. So let's stop it. And I think part of it is because we are missing some configuration, but also where I was going. Source API ND host. No. ND proxy? No. Oh, where is it? ND package.
Remind me what we're looking for?
I didn't say it yet.
Oh.
I'm having issue verbalizing what I'm looking for. Remember when there's some in Azure Function, there's the cores that give you access, and like there's configuration. I forgot where we put that.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was in the local JSON file, so that's why it's not. Yeah, local settings. That's why it's not there. It's like that file is not push. In the.
Is it in the git ignore?
Yeah. So what was in that file? So yeah, we could try to add that. But I was trying to call it directly and it didn't work. Oh, okay. Well, we'll probably need that anyway later. Like that was the code in it. Localhost. I'm just configuring the cores. So cores are for cross. I forgot. Request service call, whatever. So you can from this URL call the Azure function. It's a security thing. So what we need to do now? We need to configure stuff. I think right now one of the problem, if we go in the API, so I'm in the folder of the API. If I look in VS Code, we have this is good. The launch is this. So it's pre-launch task. We do this and then the settings, that's just color stuff, so we don't care about that. And the task are defined here. So I think we need all that. And like you mentioned, we'll need to kind of double sum, because when we say F5, like run, we need to start both the Azure function and the website.
Right. By the way, CORS is short for cross-origin resource sharing.
That's it, origin. I was looking, I only had object, and I was like, it's not that. Yeah. So yeah, so we need to play with the update. And also, we might need to no, it's not there. Where I was complaining of script. There's no script file. Right, the error. Okay. You know, if you read the error message,
How do we do that?
Can determine the project language from the file. Please use one of the C#, JavaScript, TypeScript, Java, Python, PowerShell. Custom.
Just need to add the flag. Okay.
So we could try again with TypeScript. Function start TypeScript maybe. Let's try that. Func. Start.
Hey, oh, looks good.
Yeah, no, same error. But it was error also. So invalid script file name configuration. The script file property is set to a file that doesn't exist.
A bad path somewhere? Or we actually just don't have the file?
I don't know. Like script file. If I try to find that. Oh, here.
Yeah, so that's pointing to a file locally. It's not.
Yeah, because okay, so our code index.ts, it's in TypeScript, correct? We are coding in TypeScript, and we need TypeScript to be compiled to generate node file.
Correct.
So now it should run and go in a new folder called distribution. Like if I go in function, it should go in a folder called distribution and then have our output name. But that thing is not here now. Do you see it? Like it's not there.
Right. Because, but do you have it in your, if you pull up VS Code locally, is it there? Is it maybe just being ignored? It's not part of the repo?
I think if I'm running, so right now I'm in the web app. Let's open the, oh, is it still running? No, it's not running. Locally, yes it is.
Yes, what is?
Like the folder is here.
Is. Okay.
Because that's when it's compiled, and it's compiled with the function that are detailed in VS Code, like in task.
Right. I'm following you.
Like the npm build and like stuff like that.
Yeah, it gets built on demand. Okay.
So that's why we need those files. But I would like But here, I'm in the good folder. I'm in the same folder. Right? And when I'm here, there's a folder VS Code. So when I run the command, but maybe it's contextual, so he's trying to build at the root, but like I thought that would be the root, but apparently it's the root of my project. So we need to have a .vs Code folder at the top root, and then have like specification for, hey, like start things down below.
In this order.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So we have a VS Code thing here. I'm thinking we could have a task. We need to learn how to specify the path, I think. So even if I create a task.json file at the root, so here, create a file, name it task.json, and now let's say I copy everything just to go fast. Let's say I don't need this. Oops. So here, the label npm build should be like function, funk, or azfunk. I like azfunk. Like, I think we need to specify where it is.
Yeah.
And that's like those three things. I want them for the where that one doesn't have a label.
Maybe it's not required.
I doubt it, but
Well, it's on the. It seems like the ones of shell type maybe have to have it, but of func type it doesn't.
I don't know. Oh yeah, since it's func, it will be automatically for the func. So we need to understand npm build like in a subfolder. So let's Google that. npm build subfolder. That's not what I'm looking for. I hate when they do that. It's the second time it happens. Like, there's an article, looks super awesome on Medium, but then you need to subscribe. Like, you need to be a member.
Yeah. Kind of frustrating. Guess Medium's gotta make money also. It's not all Medium articles though.
No.
Probably just the really good ones.
npm build project path maybe. Yeah, cool. I think that's what I want. Prefix. So let's try that. So it's dash prefix. Whoops, fix. Is it big enough? I could go bigger. Boom.
That seemed fun.
Prefix, and then I need to specify src this. So command here will be npm run build. Here npm like that, and now I need to change the depends on here npm install. It's not npm install anymore, it's az, it's that one. Here I have a depends on, so I did the so npm build, now it's az npm build. I'm renaming the thing because when we double for also start the web API, I'll have like maybe twice the same kind of command, but the dependency will be different. Do you understand that part?
Makes sense.
So right now, if I go back to root, so that's my task, but I don't have a launch. And also, I'm not sure about the host start. I think we need also to specify the project path of that. Just 1 second. Oui, quoi? Oui.
Si je dis,
Ils peuvent comprendre.
il met à genre
Hmm.
rencontrer, genre tu rencontres un problème, tu prends le problème. Ah, merci.
Encounter. Encounter, ça va être mieux que meet. M'as-tu compris? Sorry about that. Dad duty. Daddy duty? Daddy duty. Jason, you may land. May not.
This is the best shot I've had all day, though.
You came cross. So yeah, so let's see the host. Func host start command. That one we also need to kind of customize it, I think. So let's say func host start project path.
Yay!
Script root fail update fun. Okay. Script root. So apparently it's script root. Yeah, guys, I would like to have documentations. That's like too deep. I want one level higher than that. Let's try just to improvise. This move handling of TypeScript and prefix. Oh, environment directory. Maybe it's also prefix.
Oh, so is that flag just saying the next address or the next location listed is where to find it, or where the root is?
I think it says where it is. I'm just not sure. Maybe it's prefix. That's why I'm saying like that thing was a little bit too specific. An option to specify script root for function ostart action. This will allow running the function host from other directory Yeah, so script root option start. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I think it's it. It's that. I wish I had like a
enough.
documentation page. Like that's maybe here work with function tools. Dash script root used to specify the path to the root of the function app. Excellent. So script root or prefix is also used. So maybe we could use prefix to be like consistent with the other one.
Sure. Yeah. They both do the same thing.
Oh, maybe there's a difference. I mean, whoop. This is used for compile the project at a generate project into a subfolder. For example, when you build a C# class library, host.json, local, blah, 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 in a root subfolder like blah, 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 blah. In this case, set the prefix as... Oh, okay. I thought... Yeah, okay, so it's the same. I just saw the word prefix and I assumed they were making a distinction. But it is like script root or prefix. So just to be consistent with like prefix everywhere, I will still use prefix.
Future Frank and Jason will be happy about that. Less confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so now that's task. We should try to bring now launch. So here, new file, and it's lounch.json. Boom. So attach to the node function type node request attach port pre-launch task func host start. So I feel like this will try to find this. So I think we should replace like that. And now we can try it and do a F5. Could not find the task. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Configure tasks. Okay, so if I do this, so the task start. It's not there. But here it was not. Okay, you know what? I will just compare from what I have locally because the F5 work locally. Just to make sure, just in case something didn't get pushed or something like that.
Right.
So here, like, start is here. That's my command. Oh, did we save the file maybe? Yeah, it was saved, right?
Yeah, but we're using func start, not host start. No, I guess you do have post in there.
And start, and now it's host prefix. Right, that's what I have locally here, and that's what I'm trying to use right now, specifying that folder. Oh, maybe because I have in here I have stuff. I could delete that folder here. Let's delete that folder.
Or rename it.
Oh yeah, rename could be better. And here, what do I have? Same thing. Let's rename that one too. Okay, and I have another one here. So many VS Code because I opened it at many different one. Okay, and even that file here, I'm pretty sure we don't need that, but anyway. Okay,
The
so
old package lock.
sorry. Yeah, the package
I always-
lock. I think
I always
we
figure
don't
like,
need that.
yeah, those files seem to me like I can remove them, but I'm always worried. I'm afraid to.
Yeah, I think that one can be remove. But we'll keep it for now since we're not working on that, but we should definitely try once we have it checked in,
Yeah.
push, commit, it's working and everything, we'll remove it and see if it's still working.
Right.
Okay, so I put back the O start. We'll see what it says. So now I F5 again. And it's doesn't found the task, found O start. Is it O start and then dash dash something? No, it's a prefix. Right? In this case, the prefix as blah blah blah. So func start. Oh, so it's after.
Func host start. What about the func host start?
Yeah, so func O start and then dash dash.
Instead of just host start.
So here. Alright! Hey! Thank you for the following, Jake, J.A. Crow. Welcome
Alright.
aboard. Nice to see you. Very appreciate.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So, what if I do this? Yeah, no. Not sure, do I need to reload? To refresh the environment? Don't think so, but
Wouldn't think so. Func host start. Is that pre-launch task supposed to have the colon after func?
that's what I have here, right? If I look in my launch setting had that. That's why I'm putting it there. Extension. Maybe I need that also. Oh, that's right. Recommendation settings. Maybe I need those things, like Azure function deployment subpath.
Yeah, I could see that being helpful.
I was in settings.json. Settings.json. So let's go back in here. Let's add a file. Settings.json. I will put this. Let's remove all that. So the subpath now, it's not the root. It's src / Triavia API. And the post deployment task is npm prefix that, and I'm assuming npm prune should use also prefix. Okay, so we still need to understand that pre-launch thing. So let's just see if we're lucky. Okay. Debug anyway. Will fail.
Do you think that in the pre-launch task we need to use the prefix?
I did try that and it was not working.
Oh, I see. Okay.
TBD's dropping with oops. Groversaurus again. Oh! Dun, 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 dun. Yay!
Yay!
Don't leave. Don't be mad at me. It was an accident. Even if I'm happy about it. Okay, so we need to understand that launch.json file. Oh look, I miss. Game still rigged. You need to practice more, TBD. That's it. That's the only thing. Do you know, like, did you play with Visual Studio Code and stuff? Maybe you can help us if you know. Because most of the time when I play with Visual Studio Code, my project is always at the root, and now the project is in a subfolder because we're running inside Codespace. So I'm trying to launch the Azure function on the project, but from the root, and the project code is in the subfolder, and we're trying to understand that launch stuff. And I'm bad at understanding, like, so right now in the launch it's looking for a task here, and I was assuming it was looking for that. Maybe I could put a label. Can I put a label? I have a label. Let's try that. And it will be AZO start. Right, so now here, can I do this? I should definitely look, yeah. Doesn't find the task, okay. And if I do this now.
Hey.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, is it supposed to be capitalized? I can't remember if you did AZ with the capital A on the
Couldn't
actual
find the
thing.
task. It's not working. Okay. So let's remove that line. Oh, my understanding was that the launch is the launch configuration when you hit F5. So the task is where things... Okay, unfortunately I avoid using VS Code. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's totally legit, and I'm with you with that. Like, that was also me. Spent more than 15 years in Visual Studio. But I like to try VS Code too. Okay. So here there's something, but why it's working from here? Right here there's only one. Where is that thing? Define. Just in this file. Okay, you know what, Jason? I think it's time. We need to to look in the dock. It was about time. Let's close a few tabs.
Speaking of time, yeah, we got like 20 minutes, right?
Whoa, time fly. Okay, so maybe we need some variables. In Alvaro stuff, in the blog post, did I closed it? I think I did, eh? I think he was adding some variables. This task will run Webpack, then we need to edit the OStart task, which is one that Azure Function Core tool. Where is that thing? So then we need to tell VS Code how to start our project. Usually we hit F5 and it's blah blah blah. So in VS Code JSON, add this.
In the tasks file.
Oh yeah, in task, not launch. So type shell. I think we had that, right? The run build, npm run build. In task. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here. npm run build. That's our version, because we don't have the web pack, because we don't need access to the storage like him, at least not right now. So if I go back, so that's O start. Yeah, we did that. So this task will run our webpack command in the same time event. So now make sure, then we need to edit the O start task, which is one of the Azure function car tool. Let's make it depend on our web app task. So yeah, so like it just depends on that one. Maybe you know what? Maybe we don't need to. No, we did try it, right? Like here, if I remove that.
Tried what?
If I remove that, it was still failing. Yeah.
So is there a task labeled func host start?
If there's a task, no.
In the task.json, do we have? Is there a?
No. There's a task type func, and the command is O start.
Mm-hmm.
I could add a label and call it like try different variants, but I did try to match and it was not working.
Yeah, I was just thinking the error when you hit F5, it's like it's returning the text that's in the launch.json file.
Yeah, but I did try to match those and it was not working. Okay. I just don't understand why here when I'm doing F5 it's working. It's executing npm install. And then npm run build. And it start. Executing func os start. So if I search everywhere for func o start, it doesn't exist. If I search for this is the only place where it's defined. Maybe I need the extension inside VS Code, but that's a recommendation. Launch, like I copy that. So it should be working. That we brought that deployment task npm install task. He did npm build. What was it? The first npm install. So see, like, even if I say, you know what, like run, say command is npm build, but it depends on npm install. So he did npm install. So like it should all work. If we search for the error, it was cannot find. It was exactly that, right? Or it was without this. Let's F5 again. If I say configure a task, then it's asking me, what do you want to configure? Oh, so npm build this, build that. Okay, can I say this then? Ah, I'm stupid. Jason, I'm so stupid.
Does it add that?
You know what's my problem? I did my specialty. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm not stupid, but
No, that's not stupid. Everybody does that.
damn it. Damn it. Wop, wop, wop,
I didn't catch it.
I need a sad trombone.
Nobody watching caught that either.
Yeah, it's all your fault. I can totally own it. Oh, damn it. Okay.
But is it task or tasks?
Tasks.
Is it? Okay.
So it's task is the real thing. So I think now we want the prefix. So I need to have the prefix here too. I think with a label it will be much simpler, but let's try that. Ha! It's looking good.
Get back to a working state just before we had to leave. Awesome.
Like unknown argument prefix. Okay. Attach error. Could not connect the debug target. Promise was cancelled. Okay, that the port, maybe we need to open it. Like port this, we need just to put that in our container environment thing. 9229.
Tasks file. Or dev container file, yeah.
Yeah. And prefix doesn't look like he liked it. So ports, credential, timeout, use cert. So is it start? Is it Okay, let's close that. Control C. Oh, any key. Okay, so let's add the port to our container thing. Forget. Whoops. It was 9229, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, so like that prefix flag. Oh, did I close it? I think I, oh no, okay. So function start. Okay, so it go after the start then. It's not a parameter of host. If I go back in, so that should go here. And in my task here, let's try again. Maybe it will complain again for the port over, but there it is. It's working. It looks like. Yay!
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Look at that!
Nice.
From Codespace. Ah, man. But that was not too bad. Like, once you understand how things works.
Well, now we don't have to do that as often either. It's not like it's every single time.
But we still need to configure now so the website is starting.
Mm-hmm. We got about 5 minutes, right? So.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we will do it today. Well, we can have a look quickly, but if I go back in my environment, so let's stop it. So, if we look inside this one, that's my web project. In VS Code, there was just settings with colors, but I think I never did a F5 here. I always started with npm install, so we might need to anyway understand how to start it, and we want to start it using that live server thing, extension that Alvaro is talking about. So we'll probably need to have a task that executes some calling, some reacting. But like that's cool, because worst case we could start that one like manually and then have it, right?
True.
Ah, that's good. I'm happy. That's nice. Will you land, Jason? No.
Did I?
Nope.
Nope. Still won't.
You land in the middle of the screen. Last chance, everybody. I think we'll wrap up.
Yay! Yay!
I think we'll wrap up. That's cool. So now we need to
Yay!
push the changes. Setting the Codespace. Oops. There it is. Boom. And push. You want to try one more? Oh, it's still there.
Feels just like we're just in a regular old VS Code.
Yeah. So how can I close that now? Close folder.
You can close
save
folder, but it's not really going to kill the container or shut the container down.
Oh, maybe here, Codespace. Suspend the current source.
Mm-hmm. That looks right.
Okay, so now it's shutting down. That's so I know it's shutting down. Like I don't want to burn some resources if I'm not using it.
Right.
So shutting down is good. Okay. So cool. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. So let's see if we have any live coders. Or if Cloudies, you have any suggestions. Although we're just 5 today. So I think we'll just end up like that. So let's see who's the winner. Scores. Jason Han with a 0. But you're not alone in the zeros. TBD is also there. I'm in the middle.
Coming
with
in last
57.
is just as coming in last is the same odds as coming in first.
Yep. Well, I used to, but like you need to have a score. Like there's a there's a score. Like the, you know. Oh, I forgot. You know what I forgot to do is take notes of the new follower. So it was GA Crow.
Underscore.
Yeah, I need to do note new follower. I need to do that to remember. So now it's time to stop CB. So generate all the notes. Excellent. Excellent. So that was cool. That was a good Friday. Do you think? I'm happy.
Totally. Yeah. And you just push that into the same branch, right? We're not back in the main.
No, we're not in main because main is working and our version is half broken. But when we'll be done with it, dude, that would be awesome. Like you clone, you don't need to go in a subfolder strange, just hit F5, everything will be working. That will be awesome. Yeah. Feature category just push less than a minute ago.
Make it really nice for those. Yeah, those that when we can finally start to go work from coffee shops or something, I can just like take my laptop. Don't care about having the big computer.
You're allowed to go in coffee shop in your area. Here I'm in lockdown, so I could start working in my car in front of a coffee shop if I want. But the Wi-Fi will be really bad.
There's some places that are open. I haven't gone anywhere, but you can go to some places.
Well, like here, if I can do, or like, you cannot, it's only takeouts. So I went to because I was returning a package I ordered. So like I was going to UPS and just beside the UPS is a Starbucks. So I thought, that would be cool. I will, take a latte. So I could go to the store, but it's only 3 clients and it was already 3 people inside. So I was like, I'll take my car and just like go to the drive-thru. So that's what I did. I was like the first, like there was no one. I was lucky. Usually there's always people, but there was no one. So I just went to the drive-thru, got my coffee, my latte, and drove back home. But yeah, so like you cannot be inside more than just to take your order and leave, and it's like very limited people inside any stuff. So
Yeah, the places that are here, they've got a limitation, 25% maybe capacity, 20%.
Yeah, but the
10%,
Starbucks was
exact
3
number.
people. It's not a lot.
3 people.
Not a lot.
No. Cool. Well,
That's cool.
let's see. We didn't really do the third thing on our to-do list, but
Still in progress.
or the second one, but I feel like we're close. Like it's.
You want to close that way? It's the notes are generated now, so.
Yeah, it's too late.
So Cloudies, I would wish you a good weekend. Have fun. I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday I'm working on my migration. So if you're interested about like CI/CD deployment, we're doing a migration from Azure DevOps to GitHub. Not because Azure DevOps is not good. No. It's because I want to deploy an Azure function, Azure static web app. And right now, if you want to use that, it's through GitHub. So that's the reason why I want to migrate to GitHub. And it will be .NET, so Cake, and YM, or the new version of YM called Static. So if you're interested, join me on Wednesday. Otherwise, have a nice weekend. And the word of the end from Jason.
Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm, Frank.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.